The Supreme Court will make a decision on whether it will review an Indiana state law which bans abortions motivated by discrimination. The law, signed by then-Governor Mike Pence in 2016, features two provisions. The first requires the remains of aborted fetuses to be properly buried rather than thrown away as medical waste, while the other makes it illegal to perform abortions on the basis of race, sex, or disability. However, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit struck down that law last year, leading multiple pro-life groups, as well as Indiana's Attorney General, to urge the Supreme Court to review the ruling. After the court struck it down, now Vice President Pence expressed his determination to fight for all lives.
For me, the sanctity of life proceeds out of the belief that ancient principle that where God says, before you were formed in the womb, I knew you. And so for my first time in public life, I've sought to stand with great compassion for the sanctity of life.
Recent reports point to other countries, namely Iceland and Denmark, using prenatal diagnoses to abort all children with Down syndrome. And according to statistics, the U.S. isn't that far behind, with rates hovering around 67%. But whether the case will be taken up by the court remains to be seen, with 2019 set to mark 46 years since the historic Roe v. Wade decision, which granted the constitutional right to access safe and legal abortions. Similar pieces of legislation have been enacted in several states, including Ohio, where lawmakers in the state Senate passed the Down Syndrome Non-Discrimination Act last March.
By supporting abortion for the diagnosis of Down syndrome, one must take the unseemly position that a child with Down syndrome is not equal to other children. That supposition is wrong and morally unacceptable. It should not be legal in the state of Ohio to treat unborn children differently.
Meantime, pro-life advocates say without the bill in place, discrimination against those with disabilities will continue, essentially meaning they may not have the right to exist.
I hope that you can see that this is not an issue just about abortion. It's an issue about discrimination. Discriminating against somebody, denying them their God-given right to life simply because they might have a Down syndrome diagnosis.
The decision by the nation's highest court could set a new precedent across the nation. Will the U.S. extend the same rights to the unborn as we do the living? The court is expected to decide if they will review the case in the coming weeks. Adonis, Albright, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.